What's up, collectors? Welcome back to another video, a bonus video. This was actually wasn't planned. We weren't expecting to find these great finds that you found, but we had 4 Barnes & Nobles that we were going to hit for the 50% off Criterion Sale, and we also, since you're from out of town and he's visiting with me for this week, I wanted to show him some of the used book and movie stores that are in my area, because you don't have a lot of those from where you're from. We have several here. We have a couple half-price books, which you were not familiar with, or you're familiar with, but you haven't been to yet. We have something called Second and Charles here in Atlanta, where I live. And then we had a little tiny store called CD Warehouse that is half music, but also has a lot of movies there. And this guy found some really cool things that have to do with Criterion. So this is a little bonus video we're going to throw in for this month, and I will let you take it away and explain some of the cool finds that you got.
Roll right on. By the way, if anyone in the Portland, Oregon area knows any really cool secondhand stores like the ones we'll mention here, please post them in the comments, because I would like to frequent these spots and not just have to resort to going to Goodwill and looking at like The Fugitive on DVD. You know what I mean?
But the first place I took you to is Half Price Books, which is pretty ubiquitous around the country.
I would say so.
Quite a few of them. We have 2 just here in Atlanta. So I took you there this morning, and what did you find, sir?
I found a bit of a notorious movie, kind of a meme amongst the Criterion fan base, because it's from a filmmaker who, while certainly popular and has left his mark on cinema, is not exactly the most prestigious or respected filmmaker. That is Michael Bay's The Rock on DVD, 2-disc set. This is out of print. You can find this on eBay for pretty cheap, although not as cheap as I found it for.
Did you take the sticker off already?
I did.
Half Price puts them on the outside. Yeah. But out of print. That'll be the theme of this video, by the way. He found some.
I would not get a DVD unless it was out of print. I believe this was only $10. So I'm going to pick it up.
Yeah. It was $9.99. There'll be no Blu-ray release of this ever, because they're never going to get the rights back. So why not pick it up?
And while it is pretty cool that there is a Blu-ray release that actually includes all of the bonus features from the Criterion release on
interesting.
there.
But it doesn't have the booklet.
Yes, it does not include the booklet, which includes the review by Roger Ebert.
It's pretty cool.
I don't know. I do kind of like the jumbo-sized version of this, and I guess I'm going to be that guy. It just says Criterion on it, and so I kind of want it.
Oh, man.
I'm going to be that guy. I'm sorry. Anyways,
So that's Half Price Books. Next place I took you to is Second and Charles, which is a secondhand geeky store in general, really. They have movies, they have books, they have toys, they have video games, pretty much everything. It was huge. Yeah,
it was very popular. It was definitely the most busy location
it's always crowded.
There was like people of like our age range and younger and older. Like it was very large
music too, big music section.
Very large real estate just in general. Like a lot of people book section was way over there, and I even bought a toy, which is just an action figure of Maria from Metropolis.
Got a Metropolis figure, that's cool.
And they had 2 versions of it you could get, like the kind of like golden version from the poster, or the silver version from like the movie that's black and white. So I got the silver version. But they also had a movie that I've been kind of waiting for them to maybe release on Blu-ray at some point, but it is 1948's Best Picture winner. That is Laurence Olivier's Hamlet, out of print DVD by Criterion. And this is, from what I understand, the most recent home video release in the United States that this film has ever received. And no plans of a Blu-ray or anything after that.
That's crazy.
But it's the best.
It's marking off too. It ticks all the boxes for you.
Yeah.
It's Best Picture. It's the only way you can get it, and it's Criterion. Why wouldn't you pay the tiny little fee that you paid?
It was like $8.25.
It was $8. Wow.
Yeah, and includes the not the Blu-ray.
The booklet.
The booklet. The jewel case, like especially the plastic coating, is a little scuffed up, so I might just get a different jewel case, but what's that going to cost me? Anyways, that's Hamlet from Second and Charles. I was very excited when I found that.
And then we went to a little place called CD Warehouse, like I mentioned. Very tiny store.
Yeah.
But they have some good finds. I found some good things there from time to time, and you found 2 very good things.
Almost 3.
Almost 3. You can mention that too. But yeah, 2 more out of print Criterions. What'd you get?
Well, this was a really cool location because like the movie section is like kind of half of it. It's just like a series of islands in the middle of the store.
Yeah, it's like half movie and half music. It's like divided right down the middle.
And they have like all the like box sets behind the counter. So there's a lot to kind of look at if you are interested in. The first one I found is kind of an interesting movie because it was very popular and kind of seen as very progressive and like fresh and hip when it came out. And as time has gone on, it's sort of been seen as maybe a little poorly aged and kind of maybe more a sign of how far we've come in terms of representation and how we tell stories. That is Kevin Smith's Chasing Amy. I have not seen this movie. My brother has. He's not that big of a fan of it, but regardless, it is an out-of-print DVD in the Criterion Collection, spine number 75, so wow. An early one. But this includes the booklet, which I do like is very comic book inspired because the main character played by Ben Affleck in this film is a comic book artist. Do you know the premise of this movie at all?
I have not seen this, no.
Okay, basically he falls in love with a woman and finds out she's a lesbian.
And it's a bummer.
Yeah, written and directed by Kevin Smith, and it was only $3. So
it's ridiculous.
Can't really say no to that. Even if I might not have the biggest interest in the world in this movie, it's still kind of like a bit noteworthy in terms of history and also like I've never seen a Kevin Smith. Well, okay, I've seen Cop Out, but which I didn't think was as bad as everyone else told me it was. So at the very least, it's in very good condition, and I will check it out. And lastly, also there was an out of print. This one you can tell they knew they had what they had on their hands a little bit more because it was $7 instead of
big spender.
I know. That is Monty Python's Life of Brian. I really like what I've seen of Monty Python's Flying Circus. I of course really like Monty Python and the Holy Grail. This one is kind of seen as a bit of their masterpiece in terms of like intelligent comedy. It's a parody of like the Jesus Story.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, where I guess it's like this will show you how little I know about the story. Brian.
Tell him how wrong he is in the comments.
Brian is either like the actual Messiah and everyone thinks it's Jesus, and he's either like Jesus's brother or like his next door neighbor or something.
I haven't seen any Monty Python myself. I've seen other Terry Gilliam films in the Criterion Collection, like Time Bandits and Jabberwocky, but I have not seen.
And this one is actually directed by Terry Jones.
Oh,
yeah. So,
interesting.
And I think Holy Grail is directed by Gilliam and Jones.
Oh, so
I know
they're just working together.
Yeah, all of them kind of trade roles. So, I'm very curious to finally check that one out because that is sort of seen as one of those great comedies of the 20th century, and I'll finally get a chance to see it now that I own the out-of-print DVD.
Yeah, there you go, man. So yeah, we were not expecting. I don't know what I was expecting. I just wanted to take you and kind of get the vibe of the secondhand stores. I did not expect you to find this many Criterions.
Yeah,
especially out-of-print stuff. So
and all of them had like Criterion sections too.
Yeah, that's what's cool. They all have their own Criterion section.
I will say at CD Warehouse, they had Armageddon.
They did.
The 2 discs.
That was the first one you saw.
It was
for those 2. You went straight to Armageddon because it was the thicker one.
It was the out of print Armageddon 2-disc DVD set, and I was tempted to pick that up. I did not because the booklet was not included. But
it also was very cheap.
It was very cheap, and also though it did include the bonus feature disc. And unlike this one where you can just get the Blu-ray and it includes all the bonus features that were produced by Criterion, the Blu-ray of Armageddon does not include any of those bonus features, and that DVD does include the notorious commentary with Ben Affleck where he is just making fun of the movie the whole time, which would have been great to have 2 Ben Affleck Criterion out-of-print DVDs. So
but you gotta have the booklet.
I gotta have the booklet. I'm sorry, guys.
So it could have been 5, but still a great haul for out-of-print DVDs. Completely by surprise. We weren't even planning. Where there actually was a Barnes & Noble a fifth Barnes & Noble, would have been a fifth Barnes & Noble right next to CD Warehouse, but they don't have a media section at that one at all.
Yeah, we kind of, raised our nose at that
Yeah.
section and walked by.
It's a bummer. But we've got 4 Barnes & Nobles. We're good.
Hey, I filled out my list.
I'm
cool.
We don't need any. We don't need to go to. We don't need a whole nother one. But no, dude, I'm glad you found some really cool stuff.
And thank you so much for showing me around the whole like second-hand store vibe. Like it was really cool to get a taste of all of that. That's why you need to move here permanently. I'm tempted to. I mean, have you seen the houses around here? They're a lot cheaper than in Portland.
But no, that is just a little bonus video we wanted to shoot for you guys and share with you because we found some really cool stuff. And we will be back with any more Criterion content that we can come up with. We'll send your way. We're going to do a Criterion Corner.
Yes.
While you're here.
One of my favorite movies.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to reveal what that is yet. But if you don't know what Criterion Corner is, that's our discussion show where we just watch a movie together. We'll actually watch this one together. We don't usually watch it together because you're usually across the country, but we're going to watch it together, and then we'll discuss it and recommend it, maybe. Yeah, I know you're going to recommend it.
I'm going to recommend it.
But we'll be back with that real soon. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we will be back with another one real soon.